What if I told you there is a secret currency of success that most people completely ignore? It's not money, it's not connections, it's not even talent. It's something far more precious. And you get a fresh supply every morning. Every morning when you open your eyes, you are handed 1,000 minutes. That's it. No more, no less. Just 1,000 precious minutes. Most people sleep about 7 or 8 hours a night. That leaves 16 or 17 hours awake each day, or about 1,000 minutes. So let's think about those 1,000 minutes as 100 10-minute blocks. That's the gift you're given each morning. That's the gift you're given each morning. No earning it, no asking for it, just pure opportunity waiting to be seized. 100 blocks, 100 opportunities, 100 chances to move closer to greatness. Throughout the day, you spend 10 minutes of your life on each block until you eventually run out of blocks and it's time to go to sleep. But here's the brutal truth, a truth that keeps winners up at night and lets mediocrity sleep soundly. Most people never even think about their blocks. They just let them slip away, like sand running through their fingers. It's always good to step back and give serious consideration to exactly how we're using these precious 100 blocks we get each day. How many of them are being put towards making your future better? And how many of them are used up by frivolous entertainment? How many of them are spent with other people? And how many are spent by yourself? How many are used to create something? And how many are used to consume something? How many of those blocks are focused on your body? And how many on your mind? And how many on neither one in particular? Which are your favorite blocks of the day? And which are your least favorite? How many of them are put towards making your future better, building your legacy, and creating real impact? And how many of them are stolen by distraction, wasted on instant gratification, used up by frivolous entertainment? Now, imagine these blocks laid out on a grid. Let's say you had to label each box with a purpose for the day ahead. How would you label each box? Think about it. Doing your own housekeeping, that would cost you 12 blocks. That's a lot. Cooking dinner, at least 3 boxes, probably 6. Reading 20 minutes a night, which means that you'll read 15 additional books a year. Is that worth 2 blocks? If your favorite recreation is playing video games, you better consider the value you place on it before deciding how many blocks it warrants. How many blocks should you plan for scrolling on social media, watching those TikTok videos, reading headline news? Getting a drink with a friend after work, that takes up about 10 blocks. How often do you want to use those 10 blocks? And on which friends? Which blocks should be non-negotiable? Which should be more flexible? And which blocks should be left blank with no assigned purpose at all? See how defining your day around how you allocate your precious 100 blocks can change your perspective on, well, everything. I certainly hope so. Now, do this. Imagine another 100 block grid, but this one is labeled with exactly how you spent each block yesterday. The question to ask is, how are the 2 grids different from each other and why? Let me tell you something profound. These 2 grids tell a story. Your story. The gap between them is where your dreams live. That's where your potential sits. That's where greatness waits. Every morning, you get a fresh stack of 100 blocks. Pure potential, raw opportunity, untouched possibility. But here's what separates the exceptional from the ordinary. The exceptional don't just spend their blocks, they invest them. They don't just fill their blocks, they maximize them. They don't just go through their blocks, they grow through them. Let me show you how the elite allocate their precious blocks. You might want to compare this allocation against your own. Power blocks, 20. These are your producing blocks, your creating blocks, your building blocks, your money blocks. Protect these like your life depends on it. And then there are 20 blocks for growth blocks, learning, developing, planning, preparing. And these compound over time. And then there are energy blocks, 20 of those, for health and exercise and recovery. Without these, all the other blocks suffer. And then there are 20 blocks for connection blocks, relationships that matter, associations that elevate, conversations that transform. And then flex box, 20 of those. That's for thinking and experimenting and tinkering, a space for opportunity, room for innovation, time for spontaneous magic. So tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes and those 100 blocks are sitting there, Remember this, each block is a brick in the foundation of your legacy. That's what you're building. Each block is a step towards your greatest self. Each block is a choice between who you are and who you could become. The blocks are waiting. Your legacy is watching. Your future self is holding its breath. Show me your blocks, and I'll show you your future. What will you do with your 100 blocks? Choose wisely, choose deliberately. Choose like your dreams depend on it, because they do. So, tell us in the comments below. 10, do you commit to make with how you spend